Good morning, Oakton Owls. Today we're going to be searching using opposing viewpoints. And so in order to find this database, the first thing you're going to do is access the library website and scroll down to the center of the page. You're going to select the articles and database hyperlink and then go up to the top and look under A to Z, select the O, and then scroll down to the center of the page until you find opposing viewpoints in context, and go ahead and click on that hyperlink. Once you've done that, the main page of the Gale in context opposing viewpoints page opens up, and you can either choose to browse issues, look at their highlighted issues of interest, or scroll down and see the issues that they've highlighted here on the main page. Or you can just go ahead and enter your search terms into their keyword search. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and select climate change, and note that as I type, topic guides and certain keywords pop up. I'm going to go ahead and select global warming and climate change topic guide. So this opens up to an overview of the topic of global warming and climate change that Gale has put together for you. So you can read that overview if you want to get a little bit of background information, but you can also look through some of the related topics that they offer here. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll note that there are a bunch of different options for different types of resources that they've compiled for you here. So there are featured viewpoints. So viewpoints in opposing viewpoints offer opinion-based articles that will argue one side of an issue. So just make sure that when you're accessing those viewpoint articles, you understand that those may provide you some good context about what the conversation is about a particular topic, but you need to take these with a grain of salt because they're going to try and convince you that a certain viewpoint is correct. There are reference articles, which are things like dictionaries and encyclopedias are reference types of resources. So those are what are offered there. There are videos, statistics, biographies about the topic, audio clips, websites, more viewpoints. So these are the featured viewpoints. There are additional viewpoints here, infographics, news articles, primary sources, which may be like documents or videos or things that are direct primary things that other people have used to compile their research, images and magazines, and of course academic journals which offer peer-reviewed sources. So if your professor is looking for scholarly or peer-reviewed sources, that's going to be under academic journals here in opposing viewpoints. So that's the nice thing about opposing viewpoints, is that it offers a whole bunch of different resources for you to access. So you can scroll down, you'll see that it highlights the featured viewpoint section. And then underneath that is academic journals, more viewpoints, the primary sources, as well as reference biographies, etc. So let's say I know that my teacher wants me to access academic journal articles. I can go ahead and click on that. And then the option to search for other types of sources is still up at the top. But then I can further filter results based on things like publication date. So let's say I want things to be super up to date. So this is anything that's published in the past year. I go and select that and it will further filter, which means I only have 176 articles to search through. And if I want to further limit that, I can go ahead and look on subjects and say, oh, okay, so what I'm really interested is in air pollution control. So if I go ahead and select that, then that limits it to only 6 academic journal articles. But these are going to be specifically targeted towards what I say I'm interested in. So let's say that these articles look really good to me. Oh, okay. Assessing decline policies as decarbonization strategy under the Paris Agreement. So that's exactly what I wanted to see. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the hyperlink for that article. And up at the top, it'll tell me the authors, who published it, as well as the document type, how many words, and a link for direct access. Up at the top is the abstract. I can read that in order to find out whether this article is suitable for me and what my needs are for my research. I can change the size of the font. I can change what the font looks like, including selecting fonts that are friendly to people who have dyslexia. Or I can select on this in order for it to read the article to me. So then up at the top, I can go back to results. I can click on cite and cite this article. Note that it defaults to MLA. So if I wanted to use APA, I could change that and go ahead and copy the citation. I could also export it to any one of these options, or I could send it to myself via email or Google Drive and OneDrive. Or I could download it directly, print it out, or get the permanent hyperlink for this particular article. So if you select the URL that's up in your browser, that is not going to take you back to the article. So if you want to get a link to this article, I would definitely click on Get a Link. All right. So note also that you can highlight, you'll note that there are different things like the coal industry and agriculture keywords inside the article are also ways to access more information if you continue to want to search. And you'll note down at the bottom, all of the author's references are listed here. So you can mine that for further articles if you found something particularly useful. Hopefully this helps you understand how to access articles and resources through opposing viewpoints. If you need additional help, you can always go to the library website and click on Chat with a Librarian or set up a research appointment. Thank you.